Speaking of baseball, that's very interesting, Ant, but we got a hell of a story that's breaking this morning.
I love this story.
This Steve Phillips, the ESPN guy.
Oops.
I like Steve Phillips. He does a good job. It's on the front page of one of these papers in New York that I don't acknowledge because they're whatever. Well, I should shut my mouth because whatever. Front page of the paper, exclusive mistress bears steamy affair with ESPN star.
Wow.
This mistress of Steve Phillips, who works for ESPN, she's 21, 22 years old. She wrote a letter to Steve Phillips' wife.
Ouch. Oh,
detailing
you dummy.
everything.
You dummy.
Here's a guy, he's getting a little side action.
Yep.
She's I guess she's works closely with him, so it's not just some broad.
Another one of these working relationship things like David Letterman.
Right. So she works close with Steve Phillips. They start up an affair. She's on the road with him, banging and, rocking and rolling with Steve Phillips. And this broad doesn't understand her place in the world. You're just a broad. The guy wanted some fucking side pussy. You were the side pussy. And she thought that...
Oh, she thought they were going to live happily ever after.
Yeah, she's one of these dummies. You got to know your place.
Yikes.
And you do know your place, but you're hoping that it's going to be something different, but in the end, it's not.
Apparently, according to the letter that she wrote...
Which we're going to read,
wife,
every single word.
Oh, yeah. I think he might have said things to her like...
Well, you got to string him along a little bit.
Oh, yeah, well, Jesus, I don't like her. The home life, she's a real bitch. And
right.
Yeah.
But, we have kids, and they're still in school, and I don't know. I'm a little confused. Yeah. I need a little more time.
Yeah, so just hang out and suck my dick, and everything will be cool.
Suck the poison out of my balls.
I need the poison gone.
Maybe if the poison's out of my system, then I could think clearly. But she's the stupid one because, you got to know your place. Like, Steve Phillips has no intention of blowing up his entire life for you.
You don't think this guy knows what divorce is all about and how much he would lose? Mm-hmm. How much he would fucking lose?
Right.
All that good cash he's worked up over the years. Gonzo. For that? For what?
So... she finally had it waiting around for him to do, in her opinion, the right thing.
So she decided...
dump the wife and the kids.
She was going to take it upon herself.
Right.
To, fill the wife in on some of the more sordid details.
So it's right in the paper today. The letter Steve Phillips' mistress wrote his wife. Hi, Marnie. Mm-hmm. My name is Brooke. I work with Steve. And he and I got into a pretty heated argument on Sunday about the fact he hasn't been honest with you about our relationship.
Now, you think right now she's like, should I just throw this letter away and not read the rest of it?
No, I'm more pissed at her. I'm pissed at the mistress.
I know. Yeah.
Because I'll say it over and over again. You got to know your place.
Yeah.
Was the sex good? Was the conversation in between the bangs good? Good for you. But that's all he wanted.
Good for you.
And you should have realized that early on.
This was definitely not her place to jot down this little letter.
Right.
Because it doesn't, first of all, it also doesn't sound like she's been scorned, like, completely. Mm-hmm. Does it sound like in that letter, at some point in that letter, that he's dumping her?
No, because he's scared shitless of her. Because he realized he started, banging a crazy broad.
Fucking rabbit in your pot at home, your pet rabbit in the pot on the stove.
And I know she's 21, she's got youth on her side, but Steve Phillips isn't going to like throw everything away for a 21-year-old that's about a 5.5.
Yeah, she...
I would maybe give you a 6. Yes. Maybe.
On a probably good, well-dressed day.
Which is bad if you're 21, because, usually youth gives you an extra 1 or 2 points.
She's a little chubby, and she's hunched over. She's got hunchback.
Yeah.
She's probably got a big back.
Because all the jism is building up in her backside.
He likes
the heavy load.
Is that it? She didn't write that in the letter.
Yeah, why don't you write that in the letter?
Just to fill you in, so you know that it's your husband. He likes giving it in the ass, doesn't he?
Yeah. And why don't you talk about how he makes you feel like a filthy whore? Fucking loser. All right, the fact that he hasn't been honest with you about our relationship. The letter to Steve Phillips' wife from this broad. You see, I'm the woman he's been seeing for a while now, and I'm not just some random girl he had sex with in parking lots. No. I'm actually a close friend who works with him on a frequent basis.
Wait a minute. Random girl in a parking lot.
Frequent.
F.H. Riley.
A frequent basis.
Yeah.
No, you're just like a girl he would bang in the parking lot. Don't you understand that?
Yeah. She kind of, I think she's mistaken about the relationship a bit.
I care about him a lot, and I've been asking him to come clean to you about everything, from when we first slept together in St. Louis in his hotel suite, where he assured me I wouldn't have to worry about getting pregnant since his vasectomy, to the fact that we have continued to talk, see each other, and schedule meetups even since you found out.
So what, she found out?
So she found out, the wife, and Steve still figured out how to get this done.
He probably smoothed it over. Look,
right.
This fucking little bitch has been coming on to me, and I'd love to hear that conversation, the one he had with his wife.
Right. Smoothed it over, gave the wife tennis lessons to distract her, and went back to banging this pig of a woman.
She's a lunatic, sweetie. I don't know what the fuck.
Right.
She comes, I have to work with her.
Right.
You know, she's infatuated.
You do like where we live. They pay me very well. I can't cause a problem at ESPN.
All right, honey. You know, I would like a new car. You got it.
You got it.
You got it.
Come on, I throw in some tennis lessons, too.
Yeah, let's go watch the kids play ball.
Right. Vasectomy, you found out. They continued. Okay, he's upset because I told him I was going to tell you everything. Of course he's upset by that. But it's important that you know this. Why is it important that you know this? We text all day when he's at work and talk via hotel phones on the road. The texts have always been mostly about the sexual side of our relationship, and I have some saved if you ever want to see them.
Oh, God. Married guys that are texting like that, wow, you are taking a big chance.
It's just dumb.
Big chance.
Just dumb. I have them saved if you want to see them. Basically stuff like when we'll meet up next, what we want to do to each other physically, and how we feel about each other.
All right, great.
What do you think so far? That's the first paragraph out of 3.
It's very bad. This girl is very bad.
She's evil.
The only reason she's doing this is to she hopes that this destroys the marriage, and she could then have a life with
Steve
this
Phillips?
guy. And
what, he's going to reverse his vasectomy so he makes a new family with her?
Yeah. Meanwhile,
are you kidding me?
If the marriage breaks up, he sure as shit ain't going to go with her.
Hell fucking no.
He'll be like, what, you fucking writing letters to my wife? Now I'm in a bunch of shit? Get the fuck out of here.
She's a fatal attraction.
Yep.
This is scary shit right here.
Certainly is.
Because she didn't understand her place.
Right.
There's girls out there, they should just understand their place.
She's
guys
the mistress.
Looking for a little poo-ha.
If you're talking to a gentleman about leaving the wife, and he's upset about that conversation, doesn't leave the wife, there's an issue.
Right. That means you have to realize, okay, he's never going to leave his family, so now I either just end this thing or I deal with it.
See, me? I left. That's what I did.
Right.
I was a fucking, I was a gentleman about it. I was like, you know something? I think me and you can hang out. I'm leaving. I left.
That's what you did.
That was it. Given the choice, I was like, I think I'll leave.
Right.
And I did. It worked out. It was a nice, 9-year relationship I had after the marriage.
I'm not saying that it's not
fine.
I'm not saying that it's not possible where in this situation a Steve Phillips type of person would actually leave his wife and kids and everything for another broad, but in most cases, no.
It
doesn't happen that way.
Right. And with the fact that he's not doing it, he's not making the effort to leave the wife, that's the situation where the girl's got to go, all right, I either got to know my place, or get the fuck out of this.
Right. Well, he probably made a lot of excuses like, it's her birthday coming up.
No, you can't do that.
I can't do it around Christmas.
Can't do that.
My son, he's a senior now in high school.
That's the lead on until the mistress realizes, oh my God, this guy is never leaving the wife.
Right. The wife.
So
I'm
moving on.
The wife found a bump. We don't know what that is yet, so I got to hang in there for a while.
Oh, shit.
Just one excuse after another, stringing this dummy along, and she bought into it. You're the dummy.
She is a dummy.
Let it be noted, I'm pointing at her and going, you are a dummy.
Dunce.
But you know what? She left swinging. Second paragraph. But it's more than that. Some of the texts and most of the calls are more about our friendship. We talk about his life, like when he went to see Ryan pitch and how he did. I guess Ryan is one of his kids.
The kids.
Okay. This is going to drive the wife nuts.
Oh, yeah.
You know, my husband is talking about our kids to some floozy.
See, that she knows exactly how to twist the fucking knife.
Right.
Is what she's doing. She's sticking it in and giving it a twist.
Hence, a fatal attraction.
Yes.
Crazy broad. We talk about his life when he went to see Ryan pitch and how he did. The fact that Ryan is starting football this week with 4-hour-long practices. That Brett, I guess another son, is going to be in the 8th grade and gets stuck with babysitting duty a lot. When you have family movie nights at home, and when he's taking Kyle and Drew, God, he's got to get 4 kids to baseball games, and how close the boys are, only being a year apart. But he talks to me about serious stuff too. That in some ways, Kyle and Drew are the product of your reunion after his last affair.
Oh.
So that's how he smoothed over another affair. He had a few kids with his
a couple
wife.
more kids.
Oh,
is that
God.
that's what she's saying too?
Oh my God!
It's like, those 2 kids that you had because he cheated and
If you were Steve Phillips, would you ever go home again? When you
just don't even go home, right?
Don't even acknowledge this is going on.
Don't go home.
After his last affair, a sort of Band-Aid on a more serious problem. And now they're the one thing holding, it's hard to read this, him in your marriage since they're not old enough to understand, especially considering you were able to talk to Ryan and Brett about the affair. That you married him in Michigan right after college, and while he's glad you decided to stay at home, he enjoys being with me because I have more of a passion and drive to really do something with my life. Cuckoo, cuckoo,
that
cuckoo,
is crazy woman
cuckoo.
Talk. That's nutty woman talk right there.
Steve Phillips is with you because he thinks you're going to be something in your life? How stupid are you?
He appreciates that I have the energy and drive, and I look forward to the future, and you're just some housefrau sitting there with all the kids in a loveless marriage, and he's going to be with me. Yeah, and
you know what Steve appreciates about this girl, and I'm speculating, completely speculating, the fact that you go on all 4s and spread open your ass cheeks.
Oh, would that be something?
You're just not shy to show it all to Steve.
It's some fucking, different flavor for him.
Right.
That's all.
To really do something with my life. And then you're making him go back to mass and therapy despite the fact that he doesn't believe it will save your marriage, but he doesn't want to lose his kids. Yeah, Steve Phillips is in hell. I would imagine he's maybe not in love with his wife anymore, but
But you know something, he probably...
How the divorce thing is in this country, it forces guys to do this type of thing.
Do this. Exactly.
It forces guys to do this type of thing.
You're in a loveless marriage, and the guy's there going, I'm going to cheat, I'll fuck around, I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do, but I got to stay in the marriage because I'm going to lose all my shit.
Right.
And look at what she goes and does.
Right.
Alerts the wife.
I'm hearing that in the online version they actually black out the names of the sons.
Oh yeah, see son 1, son 2.
That could be a problem for this paper.
Yeah, maybe
because they're not public figures.
I don't know. It's just a letter. Reprinting the letter.
Third paragraph. I'm not telling you all this to hurt you in any way.
As she just takes the old salt and shakes it into the wound she just made.
How is this not hurting the wife in any way that you send this letter to her? I'm not telling you all of this to hurt you in any way, but simply to show you that I'm a real person in his life and that I care deeply about his happiness.
Thanks for the letter, then.
You just fucked up their world. See, because there's another possibility here where she knows exactly what her husband's doing, but is just dealing with it because maybe she's not into the whole, love thing with him anymore. But they have this whole thing established, and they've just decided to live their lives how it is.
Maybe she's got some cock on the side. You don't know.
Knows?
You don't know.
Some of these couples, they just stay together because it's just easier, and they just, But now, because of this letter, she's going to have to do something
now
that she probably didn't want to do.
Could you imagine the 1 in a billion shot that he comes home, she's holding that letter, and goes, "Look at this," and they look and just both start laughing their asses off. Stupid bitch. All right. You go get some cock. I'm going to hit the bar.
I was raised Catholic, she continues, and while I know our faith dissuades divorce, it also respects it with regards to infidelity because people should have the opportunity to be with with the whomever makes them happy. How would that really read? Infidelity because people should have the opportunity to be with the whomever makes them happy and give them what they need. I'm coming out now because I'm sick of hiding and sneaking around behind your back. After I brought up our next planned intimate time together in L.A., and Steve told me maybe we should just talk there and lay low for a while so you or whomever that woman that called won't find out about me.
Oh, wait a minute.
So there's another woman.
Yeah, another woman. And
Possibly.
Wait a minute. And he said maybe we ought to lay low for a while?
Yeah.
All right. So he's trying to give her the old shove.
Right.
He realizes this is getting a little toxic.
Right.
He's going to try to give her the old shove, so she writes the fucking letter.
We lay low, but in his words, holy shit, I got to get rid of this crazy broad.
Dump her.
I can find another broad. That's easy.
That's
but I got
why
to get
she
rid of
wrote
the
it.
crazy one, so I got to kind of, push her off to the side nicely.
And she probably thinks, all right, I'm told to lay low because of the wife. So if I write a letter and open things up to the wife and get her out of the picture, he'll come running back to me.
Wow, you are so wrong. I mean, you're right, but this broad is so wrong. Because she mentions that a woman called the house.
Uh-oh.
So I back up a little bit. So after I brought up our next planned intimate time together in L.A., and Steve told me maybe we should just talk there and lay low for a while so you or whomever that woman that called won't find out about me. So she's pissed about this other woman.
Yep.
She wants to know more about this woman that it looks like called the house.
Yeah.
I realized he hasn't even begun to tell you the truth. And then listen to this next line. I may only be 22.
Oh.
But I'm not stupid. And I hope you can understand we never wanted you to find out about us this way. Then why are you doing it this way?
Yeah.
I want you to meet me, and I want to tell you anything you want to know. My cell number is, and that's blacked out. Check the phone records. You can see I'm not lying. And to top it off, listen to this next one. Steve has a big birthmark on his crotch right above his penis and one on his left inner thigh, so you know I'm not being fake.
Oh, she's gotta fucking throw that in.
To the guys out there that are going to cheat, clean up your shit before you start cheating.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Get rid of moles and
put some makeup on or something.
Get rid of all that unsightly shit.
Get some cover up.
Make sure it blends in with all the other cocks out there.
Yes. Make your cock anonymous.
Right, because Michael Jackson did the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You dummy. And a big one on his left inner thigh, so you know I'm not being fake. Whether he chooses to stay in a loveless marriage for his kids or to move on and be with someone whom he says makes him feel better than he's ever felt, it's up to him. But at least everything is now out in the open.
So he said to her...
The end.
He said to her that she makes him feel better than he's ever felt. That's what I'm getting from that. Mm-hmm. And she kind of rubs it in by saying, well, he could stay in that loveless marriage or be with me. She thought this letter was going to be the best thing. You think when she wrote it, she thought it was going to be in the newspaper?
No.
How did it get there? Did the wife just go, hey,
that's got to be how.
Hello, news people?
That's got to how. Unless this one, the CC, the paper. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know that part of this
Yeah,
story.
where did that come from?
I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Steve Phillips' marriage is really fucked.
Yeah.
And this girl will not be with Steve Phillips in the end. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yes. Done. Marriage done.
And she'll probably lose her job at ESPN because Steve Phillips is way more important than whatever secretary duties you were doing for ESPN.
Secretarial duties
Right.
she's been up to.
Let me say hi to Raul. Raul.
Hey, boy.
Hey, buddy.
Good evening.
Good evening.
First, boys, let me say thank you for the last 10 years of incredible entertainment. Anyway, when I came back from Iraq, my mistress, she decides she's going to contact my wife, and everything from the letter that you just read, same exact thing down to the tattoo near my cock.
Oh.
And I turned it around. I give her the brush off, but I turned her around as well. 2 weeks ago, there was another chick, and my wife decides to contact my old mistress to find out about the new chick.
Oh.
my God.
Which I tell my wife that I wasn't with the old mistress anymore, who I've been with for 8 years. And now it's just I'm in hell. But again, I'm trying to turn it around, and it's.
Well, I mean, the question is, if you're cheating, whatever, that's up to you. But, I mean, as far as the mistress thing goes, you don't have any intentions of, like, starting a whole new life with the mistress, right?
Absolutely not. And the thing is, the mistress, she's always known her place. And the mistress just has a problem, again, with the new chick, not my wife.
The mistress has a problem that you might have a new mistress that would also know her place. I totally get that. So the mistress is already where she wants to be. She knows that, look, this is what it is, and you're not going to leave your wife to start a new life with her.
The mistress.
But now the mistress is pissed because there's another one in that category that's coming around.
Oh, she's livid, and there's guns involved, and
Jesus.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good. You have fun. You have fun with that situation.
All right, Raul.
I'm gonna punch out. I want to go listen to myself now.
All right.
Oh, wow. He has been around a while.
Hey, Danny, Humpback's on instant feedback. Supposedly this gets better. The police statement is pretty amazing from the wife. I'm hearing that right now. And Corinne from Jersey's on the line. Corinne.
Gang, gang, gang.
Gang, gang, gang.
Hey, guys, I actually heard there's more to this story. Apparently, the girlfriend broke into the family's house and took the wife's pictures and passport and burned them in the fire pit outside.
That sounds a little too familiar.
Oh, my God. That's crazy. Only a lunatic would do something like that. Gang, gang, gang.
And she hung up. Very good.
And she's out.
Let's go to Greg in D.C. Greg.
Good morning, boys.
Hello, Greg.
Calling to let you know that Steve Phillips has been suspended for 1 week at ESPN because he was banging a PA. He already signed over his multi-million-dollar home to his wife, and she has filed for divorce. Go figure.
Yikes.
Yeah, apparently he was fucking around on her a lot as the Mets manager, and it never got better.
Yeah, there are like all these stories that are out. Stories about him having some of that sex stuff. During his marriage.
Oh, yeah, that started, it started in 98 while Steve Phillips was general manager of the Mets. A former team employee accused him of sexual harassment. That's right. Oops. And then I remember, oh, my God, this seems like yesterday, but it's over 10 years ago. He took a leave of absence to deal with that situation.
Yep.
Very good, Greg.
Whoops.
All right, well, thank you, boys. Keep up the good work.
Oh, man, and he's suspended for a week. This is probably the worst week you could be suspended from ESPN. Everything is happening right now.
Everything's happening. For a week, do you think that's
He'll come back just in time for the coverage of the women's cricket tournament.
Wonderful. You think that's just kind of a prelude to we got to get rid of this guy, or a 1 week suspension? What is that about?
Yeah, I think he gets fired.
You think?
Because there's no offense to Steve Phillips, but there's a million guys like this that could do what he does.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that could fill that position.
Don't want to tarnish the image of ESPN.
So they'll probably figure out a way to let him go.
Yeah, they'll work it out with their lawyers. The week suspension is so lawyers can get together and figure out what kind of package they got to give them,
right?
How they could defend themselves against any lawsuits from them and stuff. That's what his suspension's
There's
for.
a whole stable of old ball players just waiting for that opportunity. So you get rid of this guy because he's too controversial.
Yep.
And you know what? I hate this. We hate that we're saying this, but it's just the reality that we live in this world, especially in the media. You know, it's much easier to get rid of the controversial figures and move on with someone else that has a cleaner image. Mm-hmm. Happens in radio. It just happens everywhere.
Unfortunately, it doesn't happen in places like the presidency where Bill Clinton was able to do that and survive. But when you're a sportscaster, my God, that's important.
Right. Did we get the police report? Is there anything else there, Danny?
Well, it's in the article. So it's
it is.
It's the same stuff for the most part?
I only read the note.
So what is that guy saying?
He links me to the exact story that I have up here.
Duh.
Is that the one we just read? Oh, okay.
There's also reports that she posed as a classmate of Steve Phillips' son and found him on Facebook and started asking questions about, like, Steve and his family and all sorts of, like, personal stuff.
Nut job.
That's great.
She's a nut job.
Is this guy in some shit?
But he's stupid. He probably let her on.
He probably did do that. But you know something? As a guy, sometimes you do that. You know?
This just
Especially if you're married. You're a married guy?
Yeah.
You know, what are you supposed to say? All right, look, you're the whore. I'll be coming by and fucking you. I'm married, so I gotta, keep that thing together. There's nothing that's gonna stop that, by the way.
You gotta be a good juggler.
No matter how good you can clench your fucking vagina muscles, I'm not leaving the wife.
You gotta keep all those plates spinning, man.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
Just spin around. And then you gotta, you can't tell her that. You gotta say things like, well, yeah, God. Oh, let me tell you what happened today. And the girl's like, what happened today? Oh, that fucking woman that I'm married to. Oh, my God. You could talk to me. Tell me.
She says that as she's disrobing.
Yeah.
You could talk to me.
You could talk to me as her big ample tits come like out of her shirt.
And you go blurk, and she goes ka-chunk.
And she's just thinking, this is great because he's talking to me about his problems. So it's more than him just, railing me with his birthmarked cock.
And his big birthmark on his upper thigh.
On his upper thigh. He really is appreciating what I do.
What the fuck, man? Cut that shit off if you're going to cheat.
God damn.
Let's see.
God.
Silvio in Ohio. How are you, buddy?
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
ESPN's more of a national sports channel than we think, everybody being from the tri-state mostly. There's a lot of Bible Belt and people with high standards for marriage that just want to maybe see a reaction from the channel that hires him for the adultery. I hope he doesn't get more than the week, but I think that's ESPN's knee-jerk way of saying, hey, we slapped him on the wrist. We don't condone this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Just for all those states that are real high up on the values of marriage.
So you're saying what? That he's not gonna keep his job?
I don't see why not. Just a few months ago, you were saying, hey, he's so much more important than this secretary. I think.
But he is more important than the secretary, but is he more important than the image? Hello?
Of ESPN?
Yeah, the image they need to project. And
I think that's what the week is for. I think that's what they're trying to protect with the week. At least I hope so.
Well,
I never want to see a guy go down for something silly like this.
Silvio, we do have experience with this, though. When you get in trouble at the workplace and they suspend you for a week, a lot of times, like Ann said, they use that week just to see who else is involved and who else needs to be fired.
It
happened to us.
Rare.
It happened to us twice. It's happened to friends of ours in the business as well. That 1 week suspension is always a prelude to being fired. It really is.
It's time that they need to get their ducks in order to throw you out the fucking door.
Because they have to do it legally.
Yep.
They want to see who else is involved. Because the problem is this is happened in the work environment too at ESPN.
Yeah.
Which
I
people
hope
take
not.
very
I hope
seriously.
everybody can get their rocks off, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Yeah, it would be nice to see that he keeps his job because I think the two shouldn't be related. But
we're not saying that we think it's good and he should be fired. No fucking way.
No,
we're just telling you what is going to happen because, yeah, like Hope says, we've been there a few times, and this is how corporations act.
right, it's just a different world, my friend.
F secretaries.
I mean, in the 50s and 60s, you know, everybody was banging at work, and now
everybody.
Now you pinch a hiney and you have problems with HR, and you're out the door.
Darren Stevens going out to the bar with Larry Tate.
Right.
A few doubles, and then they pinch some asses.
Sure.
Go home. What does Sam got to know? She don't have to know.
She don't have to know nothing.
No. Good old days.
Let's go to Psychotic. Psychotic.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Hey, Psychotic.
Her hair looks...
Hey, this girl's Facebook, her name is Brooke Hundley.
Okay.
It lists her as working for the Walt Disney Company. That's a red flag that she's insane. She's got to be nuts to work at that place.
Is ESPN Disney?
Yeah, Disney owns ESPN.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
She's telling the truth.
So technically, she just does work for Disney.
This is under the Disney corporate umbrella?
Oh, boy.
Oh, he's so fired.
done.
Are you kidding me?
Now, if it was a homosexual affair, Disney would probably be, okay, this is cool.
You can't be.
Disney loves the gays.
This is the corporate umbrella? Oh, he's so done.
Yeah.
ESPN fired Harold Reynolds a couple years ago, who was way more popular than Steve Phillips, for sexual harassment at ESPN before it was even in the papers. Like, just one day, it was just Harold Reynolds fired.
This guy's so done.
So they suspended him before this even made the news.
Yeah. He's so done.
All right,
He's
let's
so
go to Tom
fired.
in New York. Tom.
Yeah, that was my same line, is that Reynolds was up first, and because of that, it was just a simple little allegation. I mean, I don't think anything was ever proved, and he was so gone, like, immediately.
Yeah.
All right, so this is not going to work out well for Steve Phillips.
No.
Man, his career has gone slowly the wrong way, huh?
Yikes.
Let's go to Chisel in Pittsburgh. Chisel.
Good morning, boys.
Hey, man.
What's up, Chisel?
You guys are missing the big picture here. Steve Phillips is going to lose his job, and if that's going to happen, but his potential side pussy is just plummeted worse than that stock that you and Ant bought.
Oh, Citadel?
Citadel.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, his chances are slim to none when he meets that girl in the bar and he says, "Oh, yeah, my name is Steve Phillips," and right away they're going to think, "Oh, fuck no, I ain't going down this road again with this guy."
Right on, Chisel.
He's going to be working with his hand and whatever he can pick up, and he's going to be in the minor leagues as far as
I don't know.
that goes.
Clean slate guy. He could be clean slate guy. No lunatic side piece because, he could dump her now because, hey, he could just turn around and go, hey, the dummy.
He would be the dumbest man alive if after this letter to his wife, he starts hanging out with this girl.
No. She should be Dunsky.
He would be the dumbest man alive.
Done.
This girl's nothing but problems.
Yeah, throw her out, and then the wife will be gone, and he's ready for action.
Just in time for spring break.
Clean slate guy. Of course, he'll live in a shithole little apartment somewhere instead of that lovely house and have to give up all his money and spend years perhaps in a courtroom. But sex.
See, and you're lucky. I mean, in the end, you had enough money. I mean, it still sucked how much money you had to give out, and it's just completely not fair. It doesn't matter how much money you make. The divorce thing is not fair to guys. But we know stories of nameless people where they had similar things happen to them, and they weren't even cheating on the wife. The wife just decided, you know what, I'm done with this.
No.
And I mean, we tell a story of one guy that we knew pretty well that made a lot of money in radio. He wasn't on the air. Mm-hmm. And he ended up living in a shithole apartment in Manhattan, gave up his beautiful house in the suburbs. She got that. He goes, I can't afford to live. And he goes, and I make a lot of money still.
How sad is that?
He goes, I can't afford anything. He said he was in a one-bedroom.
Yeah.
Not even a nice one in Manhattan. And if you knew how much money this guy made, well over 6 figures.
Yeah.
Well over.
And
mid-6 figures. Let's just put it that way.
And there he was in a little shithole place.
Right. And his wife had the
big house.
The big spread in the suburbs.
The big house that you bought with all that nice cash that you earned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
at least you were lucky enough to have, enough money to kind of deal with it a little better. This guy has a great line, but he didn't leave his name so he doesn't get credit. But he wrote, if you're going to cheat, keep it in the family, like John Phillips.
Yeah. Keep it in the family. Jesus Christ.
Let me go to John in North Carolina. John?
Good evening.
Hey.
Ann.
Yeah.
Do you think this guy's waking up this morning and for about the first 5-10 seconds he's forgot that he's totally fucked and that his wife knows?
Oh, this is the Anthony bit. You got the music, Travis? Here's Steve Phillips waking up. Putting Anthony on the spot, I know, but...
Oh, Jesus. What time is it? Oh, yeah. Gotta get up for work or something. It's... Holy shit, my wife knows I was cheating! Oh, my God, that chick wrote a letter! Oh, fuck, I'm fucked! Oh, I forgot I was sleeping! I hate that. You do when you wake up. It sucks so bad. It's so cruel.
But that shit works the other way, too. When you have one of those crazy dreams.
Oh, crazy dreams.
And you wake up and realize it was a dream. You're like, oh, my God.
Oh, jeez, I'm out of trouble. Oh, man, I was in such trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, was I screwed. And I just had to wake up, and now everything's fixed.
You wake up, you're soaked.
Yeah.
You've been fighting demons all night long, and the FBI, and allegations, and all sorts of shit.
I watch too much fucking Forensic Files and those crime shows.
And then go to bed?
I just watch too much. Jesus Christ. Well, look at that. There's just something going on.
Just call her.
No. That ship has sailed. That's another. You think that letter writing chick was crazy? Jesus Christ! I'd have killed for just a letter like that. Oh God! I wonder if Keith gave that girl the pen to write with.
You ever deal with Keith?
Yeah, he's been dealt with.
He was dealt with. Like, what the fuck, dude?
He's been dealt with.
Here's a guy who got fired for the same thing. Steve in Canada. Steve.
Yes.
Found myself in that sort of situation one time before.
My hoose.
I was kind of screwing my personal assistant, and lo and behold, the employer found out about it, got the old week suspension, and came back to a punt at the door. So
yeah, that's all they do.
Yeah, it's protocol to start with the suspension.
Oh, yeah.
Because that just calms everyone down so everyone can breathe. Okay, what the fuck are we going to do here? What does this contract say? Is that going to be a problem?
Yep.
Is she
they
going to
look that shit over?
Is she going to cause problems for the Disney Corporation? Yeah. Do we fire her or do we promote her to keep her happy?
Yep.
That's what they're figuring out now.
Yeah, they all sit there. All the lawyers sit there and they go over everything.
Textbook.
This is go over everything time, and it keeps him out of the limelight. Because he still has this little grasp of hope that he's going to keep his job. So they tell him, all right, no statements, don't say anything. We'll deal with the PR on all this. And meanwhile, behind closed doors, they're like, all right, we got to get rid of this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. What are we looking at as far as his contract goes? Mm-hmm. What are we looking at as far as she goes? If we dump her, is she going to come back with a harassment suit on us? This is all just posturing time.
How much does it suck that we know this?
I know. Yeah.
It really bums me out that I'm an expert at this.
I hate that we know this.
We've called it so many times.
We've been there. We've been on the other side of that door.
Every DJ that gets suspended for a week, we've called it. I think one time we weren't correct. Hey, what do you have up there, Danny? Some postings to a Facebook. Mistress told son
mistress told son posing as classmate.
Oh, this was on his Facebook?
Yeah. She said that she had overheard my mom telling someone at my brother's baseball game that my dad really likes someone at work and is probably going to move out. And if I need to talk to anyone, she will be willing to listen because her parents went through the same thing. That's what the son told the cops. She asked inappropriate questions about my parents, such as, do they sleep in the same bed? Do you think they'll be getting a divorce? Do they fight a lot? The youth added.
Holy shit,
So
this girl is nuts.
She faked being just a
classmate
girl
of one of Steve Phillips' sons.
That's going through the same situation and wanted to know if they sleep in the same bed. Do you hear moaning noises coming from mommy?
God.
Do you hear not in the shitter coming from their room?
She's fucking nuts.
Damn.
This is a good question coming in from Kevin. Kevin, what's up, buddy?
Good evening, Rape.
Hey, Kevin.
That Phillips family can't stay out of the news. First Mackenzie, now Steve. Who's next? Emo? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Very good. Let's see. All right, we'll go to Mike and Ron Konkoma.
Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Good morning, boy.
Hey.
This letter is just proof, positive. That, again, these women aren't being sexually harassed. I mean, it's clear that this woman was, a willing participant in, sexual activity, just like the women involved in the David Letterman situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of times harassment cases come after the scorning. Everything's hunky-dory and cool right up until they get tossed or don't leave the wife or whatever the case may be. And then all of a sudden it's sexual harassment that they were doing and not, bedding down consensually.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, punch it out.
All right, thank you, sir.
Good pernt.
That Mackenzie Phillips line or whatever, the John Phillips line was from Creepy Guy.
Yeah.
And he's called Creepy Guy because I'm at an Islander game and I tweeted a video or a picture. I forgot exactly which one it was. And so I'm reading my replies. And a guy writes, nice seat. I'm 8 rows behind you. I'm the Creepy Guy 8 rows behind you.
Did you turn around?
So me and my girl at the exact same time turn around and there's a guy just waving.
Creepy Guy.
I thought it was someone, because you could be in fucking Wisconsin and write that same reply on a Twitter.
Yeah.
Just fuck around a little bit. But for real, the guy was right there, 8 rows behind
I'm 8 rows behind you.
He turned out to be a really cool fan of the show, but very funny.
Until he writes a letter to your wife saying that you and him are creepy guy.
John in Alabama. John.
Good morning, boy.
Hey, John.
Hey. Just wanted to point out just the wonderful days of our beautiful Justice Clarence Thomas and Miss Anita Hill. This lady's probably going to end up having Chris Berman's nutsack in her mouth, keeping her job, while Phillips gets tossed to the wolves.
You think she keeps her job?
I think she does.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it happen. I work for a large corporation. The guy gets axed, loses his wife, his family, everything else, and then the girl gets promoted because they don't want to fire her. So she ends up suing them.
Because she could turn around and
out of them.
Right.
He was an older man. He influenced, he's this influential guy, and I looked up to him, and he lied to me.
He told me he'd fire me if I didn't bend over.
All right, I like working this stuff out right in front of everybody. So Steve Phillips, 1 week suspension. He'll be fired.
Gone.
Within a week, maybe slightly over a week, he's definitely will be fired from ESPN. This is the show you got to listen to because the regular media doesn't deal with this crap.
No, they don't.
We were all over the Balloon Boy hoax way before anyone else. Remember that?
Yes.
So Steve Phillips is in about a week, maybe slightly more than a week, fired. She keeps her job. Not sure about a promotion because that looks a little too suspicious, but she just keeps her job for now.
Yep. Keeps her job for now. They'll put her somewhere where, she's tucked away. They'll probably tell her not to talk about this.
And the wife, who probably was aware of all this crap for the most part, now has to deal with it. Mm-hmm. She probably didn't want to deal with it. So now she'll have to file for divorce to save face with her friends.
Oh, yeah. How is she going to go around her little community?
Right.
When her husband's been dicking this fucking chick.
Right.
How old's the wife? Any
82.
Any info? 82.
Yeah.
82 years young. How old's he?
He looks, what?
He's 46?
Yeah. He's what?
46.
God damn, do I look good for my age?
Well, he's gray.
I would have said mid-50s.
If you were fucking dealing with the Mets, you'd be gray too. You're just a fan.
Right.
Imagine having to actually deal with him.
Right. Yeah, he had some rough years there. All right. I don't know. The phones are lit, but I guess we've pretty much done this story for now.
That's a good one.
We'll see if there's more facts coming out as the show goes on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a biggie. So there you go. Yankees 1 game away from going to the World Series. And
that's it.
And Steve Phillips 1 week away from being fired from ESPN.
Yep. You watch.
In our humble opinion.
You watch. We know how this shit works.
Ah, yeah. Let's do the 911 call first, then we seg into Jocktober.
What's the 911 call?
Well, this Steve Phillips story that we broke a couple days ago.
All right.
Where he was kind of having an affair on his wife with some young 21, 22-year-old
frump.
She's definitely a frump.
Dude, they have been just hanging her in the paper. You read what they're saying about her?
I haven't read an article since we broke the story.
It's fantastic. They're just talking about why would he threaten his marriage over her. She's a dumpy, frumpy stalker. Like, they have really been ripping her to shreds. She got crazy eyes.
She's a fatal attraction. And I thought we were going to be the only ones that came out in support of Steve Phillips. I really did.
Yeah.
But no, in this case, everyone's like, this broad is nuts.
Lunatics. And there's been, editorial pieces in the paper about dating, like, crazy chicks. And having an affair with crazy chicks and the danger that is involved with that, because they will do just insane things.
Right.
They just fall in love and decide after a couple of fuckings that you're the guy for them, and you're in a relationship with somebody else. That's got to end. So she writes a letter to the wife, and apparently she dropped that letter off right on the front stoop or something.
Oh, that's great.
And then sped away in her car because the wife was coming and hit a big stone wall with her car in front of the house.
See, I don't know any of this.
Oh, it's fantastic.
This is all details I'm finding out for the first time.
Stuff. Look at her. She looks like a guy.
Yeah, she kind of looks like a in shape younger Ziggy. Yeah, it's only about 20 people will get that fine comedic line by me, the Opester, but doesn't it look like a young Ziggy?
She got greasy hair. So greasy.
Well,
she probably sucked a fucking mean cock. You know what?
Nah, she
Guy
probably
could fall for a good blowjob.
I think I'm going to speculate. I think she's a good egg and probably allows Steve Phillips to shove her head in a toilet as he's banging her from behind.
You think some of that shit?
Just
asshole?
Just some ridiculous, over-the-top shit that he's not getting from his wife.
He says he slept with her, twice? That's it?
Oh, yeah, really.
That's all he said
really?
in July.
Really?
Is that her right there? Was that some photo, some fucking MySpace?
Wait. I don't want to.
It's not that good.
I don't want to pass that over. He's saying he only slept with her twice.
Yeah, 2 affairs.
He's probably saying that publicly, so his wife goes, "Oh, you only slept with her twice? Oh, all right. I think we can save this marriage. I thought you were sleeping with her dozens of times."
Yeah, she is frumpy.
Yeah, she's a frump.
Oh God, look at her. That's my favorite picture. Her
with the Star Wars characters?
Yeah, with a stormtrooper and Darth Vader, and she's holding a lightsaber. Or a blaster.
That's how she holds the cock.
Look at her fucking dumpy legs.
She sucks.
Oh,
Steve Phillips,
horrible.
You fucking ruined your life over that.
Steve, what are you doing?
Anyway, is this following suit like we said? Steve Phillips was suspended by ESPN, but now we're up to the... we forgot about this one, which happens too. Yeah. I'm going to take a leave of absence because my life is completely crumbling around me.
Yeah. The leave of absence, which, if you ask me, it was probably mandatory. Like the company probably told him, you are taking a leave of absence.
Well, they basically said, look, you could save face and say that you're taking a leave of absence, or we could just fire you now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this guy is so gone because there's a million guys that could do his job.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
This is the slow roll out the door.
And she ain't going to get fired because, they're scared shitless that she'll bring some kind of whacked out sexual harassment lawsuit against the parent company, which happens to be Disney.
We were saying that day one also, and now they're starting to agree and say that they probably won't fire her because they're afraid of harassment.
By the way, none of this is written down. We're not newsreaders. We just use our fucking brains.
You could figure it all out based on history.
Hey, can I make sure that everyone fully understands that my line, you all look alike? Thomas Overbeck from Dallas writes, you all look alike equals so fired. I was doing that for the comedic value of the line.
Oh, stop. Those people.
All right. You want to hear the 911 call to Marnie?
Yes, I want to hear that.
Marnie Phillips?
Yeah.
Wilton 911 was just emergency.
Please hurry and come to 14. I have a crazy woman who is involved with my husband, and she's come to my house to harm me and my children. 14 Wilton, Connecticut.
Okay, ma'am, is she outside?
6. She's
148 now.
pulling down my hill right now. She's in a blue Prius.
Yes.
She just pulled past me.
Okay, but you're
She's going down my driveway in Mavis Street. It's a blue car. It's a blue sedan.
Okay, I'm sending officers right now. What's your
Please
name?
hurry.
They're coming. They're on their way.
She's driving down Mavis Street. I live just past the dump.
Okay. You in your car?
Please
Or you
hurry
in the
and
house?
catch her. She's crazy.
They're on their way. They are on their way.
I'm trying to drive down and catch her driver's license.
Did she confront you? Did she threaten you or anything?
She has been threatening me via text and phone calls.
Did anything happen when she showed up?
I was out, and when I pulled in my driveway, she was on the side of my driveway. So I don't know. I didn't make it all the way to my house. I'm driving up to my house right now to see if there's any vandalism or anything. I shouldn't have like crashed my car into hers or anything, right?
Sorry?
Nothing.
Ma'am, can you repeat that? You're broken up a little bit.
I'm going up to my house right now.
Okay.
I'm going to call my husband at work and find out who she is.
Okay. Is there anything, any damage or anything?
I'm pulling up to my house right now. I don't see any damage. Yes, there's a letter in my house. Can I please hang this up and call my husband at work immediately and find out her name?
If she comes back, give us a call right back, okay? But the officers will be right at your house, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
This is Fatal Attraction, man. If you've seen that old movie.
Oh my God! Please send somebody. No, I believe she does traffic on Channel 11 here in New York. Yes, no, there's some woman, she's burning things in my backyard, and there's a police officer here already, but he's just videotaping it. Could you send more cops that might do something instead of just hold the fucking camera? Yes, the traffic girl from Channel 11, please hurry. She's driving away in my car. Yes.
Did she drive away in your car?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
She's driving away in a black Escalade, please.
Wait, so Keith was videotaping her and then allowed her to get in your car after the damage she did?
No, I think she's coming back with my car
at
that point.
All right.
And she's pulling up in my car.
Okay.
And she does the traffic and she's burning everything. I don't know what the deal is. Please help me. Send real police. Not fucking assistant directors.
Stephen S. is adding to the 911 call. She's pulling in the driveway, and I'm afraid she's going to suck my husband's cock. Help me.
Oh, my God, hurry. Please send a police officer, hurry. She's going toward the closet. I don't want her to open that closet up. There's a surprise in there.
Surprise for everyone. Anyway, there you go. And Danny has done the split screen to show that, yes, I was very accurate with my line. Steve Phillips is sleeping, or was sleeping, with a very young Ziggy.
Yes.
From, what the fuck is his website again? I forgot the name of it.
MyRadiostore.com.
Yes. There you go. And is that a match? They're wearing the same shirt, I think.
You know what? They are, guys.
They're wearing the same shirt. What a fucking pig, Steve Phillips. What the fuck? Let me say hi to John in Boston. John.
Hey, how are you guys?
Pretty good, John.
At least Jill was hot. This chick looks like Al from Happy Days.
That's another one.
Yeah, you cut that hair a little shorter. Very good. Let's go to Russ in Iowa. Russ.
Yeah, good morning, gentlemen. I was just going to let you know, if you got a good picture from her the other day in the newspaper, if you draw a nice little mustache on her, she looks just like Ron Jeremy.
Oh, a little Ron Jeremy, too?
Yeah, Ron Jeremy.
Very good.
All the lookalikes
Yeah,
coming.
I'd be proud.
Coming
That's
in.
one of them dates that you'd be embarrassed to let your friends know you had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Well, you guys have a good day. I'll let you go.
all right. Well, this was no surprise to the wife, obviously, because in that 911 call, she said, you know, she's been harassing me, calling and texting and whatnot. So
She said she's going to call her husband.
and basically say, all right, enough. Who the fuck is this woman? Because now she's at our house.
Yeah. Ooh, she left a letter.
She's
Let
at
me
our
read
house,
this.
Steve.
Let me read this. Oh. At least she's not trying to hurt me with the letter.
Someone else adding to the 911 call. Please send a cop to handle lighting and audio. And that's the latest on the Steve Phillips situation. A leave of absence to handle his crumbling life.
The continuing saga.
And then there was another woman in the paper today saying, hey, I was his fucking mistress a few years back.
Really?
Yeah.
At least she kept her yap shut until now.
Until now, because, you know, now she has to come out of
the
woodwork to get a little attention for herself. All right, you know, let's get our pats on the back, Anthony, here. Keith's going to help us out. Keith in St. Augustine, Florida. Keith?
Hey, Hitler, me.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Steve Phillips, you called the shot last week. He's no longer with ESPN. It was obvious that they had to part ways.
Well, we told you exactly how this would, work out, and it did perfectly, almost to the day.
Yeah, we pretty much said this was going to be about a week. They suspended him. They only suspend them for so the lawyers could get together in a room and look over his contract and see what kind of problems they're going to have to encounter when they do fire him. They knew right off the bat they're firing this fucking guy.
Right.
But they suspend you so they could do all the, the lawyer shit. And then that was it. He's out the fucking door. We called this because we've been there before. We know what this is like. And now he's done.
There's the big headline. You're out. Phillips is canned.
And then he went into some kind of rehab, I guess.
Well, you have to do that.
What is he going to go to FA, Fatties Anonymous?
It
Take that.
Rumored that he was sleeping with many people, many women.
How much do you hate this woman?
She's
God,
she's a frump.
How much do you fucking hate this woman?
Look at that picture. With
Oh
a
my
big double
God!
chin.
Why would? Is that a girl? I can't even tell by that picture.
Who knows? I think it was fucking E-Rock.
Holy shit!
You weren't here for that whole discussion, I'm thinking, huh, Jimmy?
No, but I kept.
Yeah,
up
we
on
called
the
it
story.
too. We were like, No, I know. I'm just trying to get your opinion on the whole thing because you weren't here. We called her a frump, and you also got to know, you got to understand your position.
Yeah.
Steve Phillips had no intention of blowing up his whole life for this frump.
But she was calling the wife, and I fucking hate.
She
Look
put
at
a
that
letter on
picture
her
of
doorstep.
Holy fucking
fucking he threw his fucking career away with ESPN for that.
For that.
Can I say?
For this!
Where's the picture of her with the Star Wars guy? I want to frame that picture. There's a picture of that fucking
Yeah, we
frump.
talked about it with the fucking
With her with the fucking stormtrooper and Darth Vader.
Where she's holding the gun.
She's got the blaster in her hand.
Oh, does she look retarded?
There she is. Look at her.
How do you not look? Look at her fucking fat girl sandals.
Yeah.
She looks like me. She looks like fucking Ozzy in 1976. He was fucking Ozzy.
Jimmy, I nailed it on Friday. A young Ziggy.
Oh, dude,
A young
yeah.
Ziggy. Then Danny found a picture, and they're pretty much wearing the same shirt and everything.
Does kind of look a little like
But
Ziggy.
she's fatter and less attractive. I'd rather fuck Ziggy. Yuck.
Yeah, look.
Wow.
He threw it all away.
Yeah.
But he had a history of this shit, so that's like.
Yeah.
But she really believed that Mr. Phillips loved her.
Look at her holding the blaster like, hey,
her.
look, I'm in Star Wars.
You think Phillips is embarrassed that the world knows he was
Dude,
tapping that shit?
Dude, if they show
He's
pictures of
probably more-
Ivanka Trump, you're like, all right, I can live with that.
Exactly.
That thing?
He can live with the fact that his marriage is over. He's going to lose millions, but he doesn't want his friends to know that he was tapping that.
It's like, oh my God, they found out I was fucking Scarlett Johansson. Motherfuck me.
Right.
You know, but ugh. Look at that. Ugh.
Oh, even her name is awful.
Oh,
she's holding a
big
baseball mitt.
fucking girl, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a little big, but
yes, there is.
No, she son's 14. She should be helping him put something in his truck as he's moving out of his fucking house. Or his office. Yeah. Could you help me with my desk? Would you? Thank you.
Dude, she's fucking horrendous looking.
Oh, she belongs in a pit trying to fucking crawl out with her fingernails popping off.
My mother will pay you. Yuck.
She is a wreck. And that's what his buddy's got to go, dude, what the fuck are you thinking?
Fuck,
you know
dude?
his pals are just like, dude, what the fuck are you thinking? Look at her. Stop it.
there's nothing like feminine on her, man.
She's
Her
terrible.
hair is horrible. Her chin's not feminine.
You know what it
her
is?
cheeks aren't feminine.
She's got to give a real spitty, hand-twisty blowjob.
Yeah.
She must give a real fucking wet, twisty-handed blowjob.
That's what happens when you fuck someone at work. That's why we don't have female interns.
Mm-hmm.
Because we'll try to fuck them.
Yeah, of course.
And we know better.
Yeah, some of the guys, too. Why not?
Absolutely.
Scott and Hot Pog. Jimmy, please hang up the Star Wars picture on your Leno set.
Oh, God.
Put it on the Leno set in the background.
Really should.
Dude, I really
Aren't
would.
you doing one of those this week?
I'm doing one Thursday, yeah.
Fucking get that picture up there.
That picture's fantastic.
It's a great night to do it, too. Game 2 of the World Series.
Are you serious?
Nothing I can do. It's sweeps
God
week.
damn it.
You know.
Oh, that's funny.
You were good on panel.
Thank you.
Very good on panel. They're going to mix up the panel, though.
Yeah, they're keeping some kind of consistency. I mean, as long as they don't mix me up, I'm happy.
She's trying to look pouty.
No. Well, in other ESPN news, I hate her name, too, man. Brooke Hundley.
I can't think of somebody I've hated publicly as much as this woman in a long time.
Brooke Hundley.
Cool. Ozzy in 1975?
Yeah.
That chubby.
She was let go from ESPN as well.
Now, this was a bit of a surprise.
They fired the mistress, Brooke Hundley.
Because I assumed...
The one involved with Steve Phillips, who was fired as well.
I assumed this would be a problem because she could probably turn around and start suing everyone. Sue everyone!
Is she related to Babe Ruth? I see she's wearing a Yankee
Yeah, she has a
cap.
Yankee cap on.
She kind of has the same features as
looks
Babe
like
Ruth.
the old Bambino.
She's less fuckable than Babe Ruth.
Would you rather stick it in the Babe shitter than Brooke Hundley's?
As he is now, yes.
Brooke Hundley.
Good old
God.
Brooke Hundley.
A sexy name, too.
Oh, she's just ruining everything, this Brooke Hundley.
Her mood is
nothing worse
hopeful.
than her. I mean, she just makes me sick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no one likes her.
How can you?
She is so unsympathetic. Such an unsympathetic character.
Because she talked to the guy's wife.
Yeah.
And blah, blah. And she's just every guy, like, you have this nightmare that you fuck a fat chick. And they turn around and they do this, and then a picture of them with Star Wars creatures pops up, and they're holding a ray gun with fat legs. And you're like, everyone knows I dumped my fucking big gummed wife for this fucking monster.
Big gum.
His wife was a gummy lady.
Oh, she certainly was.
Nice gums, dick. Jesus. You brush with fucking paint rollers? Can we see the gums on that lady? Maybe they'd fight about her gums all the time. I don't want to have surgery of the gums. Well, then I'm fucking Ziggy if you don't.
You're on board with the Ziggy thing? It looks like.
Exactly.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Good.
She looks like Eddie Trunk.
Yeah. Rhett, what do you got?
Great.
I actually had the pleasure of going to college with Brooke Hundley, and the pictures online don't do her justice. She's actually much uglier in person.
Really? Jesus, this poor Brooke Hundley.
She defriended me and a bunch of my buddies on Facebook because apparently a lot of people were taking some unflattering pictures and sending them along to the post.
Right.
So she got worried about that and got rid of all of it.
Oh, really?
All right, well.
Yeah.
Any nakeds?
God, no.
Oh, damn it.
Was she normal in college? What was her thing?
She was a big communications, like TV radio geek, and her big claim to fame was, I think, in her sophomore year, she got this article published in the paper that was basically how to score an internship and how to do it by, like, sucking up and networking, and
Sucking up.
it's so much funnier now when you read it with all of this in context.
What a vengeful bitch, though, to contact the guy's wife, then to be his kid's friend on fucking Facebook. Yuck.
Yeah, faking.
Fucking yuck. Beat it. You took a little fucking dick. Now fucking hit the bricks. God almighty, is that annoying.
Yeah.
Someone else.
Steve Phillips is a dope, too.
He is.
Of course he is.
Get a hooker, you fucking privileged Met asshole. What a dick.
The hooker's not going to show up on your front fucking door.
Exactly.
Write letters to your wife.
Right.
Exactly. Fucking Hillary Clinton legs.
Right.
Old fucking awful, horrible, straight meatloaf hair. Hey, I want to fuck meatloaf from the Bat Out of Hell video. That's what she looks like.
You pay the hooker to leave, right, Jimmy?
I pay her to suck my dick and put her big clit on my nose. So I look like Ziggy from the cartoon.
And someone else said that some of those prisoners are getting out because of good behavior. When you're in prison for horrendous shit, there should be nothing called good behavior.
You have to behave good.
Right. That should just be, what you have to do.
Or you don't get your
not
meals.
a privilege, right?
That should be the reward for good behavior. You eat.
Exactly.
When they don't fuck you with a big electrical stick. Or they don't pinch your balls with little lobster claws. Ow.
That would suck.
You imagine if that was punishment, they let a crab grab the head of your penis?
Ooh.
A big crab.
What if you just touched it lightly, though?
And you
It's a nice
came on
crab.
it. Yeah.
Come on him.
You imagine? I wonder if anybody has ever tried to fuck a crab or a lobster. Because people fuck horses and dogs.
You can't fuck a crustacean or a mollusk.
Has anyone ever tried to fuck? Has anyone ever injured their penis fucking a sea creature?
That's a very
like
good
an urchin.
question.
You can probably fuck a sea urchin, but you better get one that isn't poisonous.
They're all fucking spiky.
Yeah. Well, they're soft spikes.
I eat them.
You want to take
I've diddled a sea urchin in California a few times when I lived there. You diddle them and they go whoop, and they close up
on you.
Yeah,
They close on your
on your finger, and
Ooh,
then
that
you
could
pull your
feel-
finger out.
that could feel good on the head of your penis.
No, it didn't hurt.
What a
I never
dork.
thought of fucking one though. You know.
I think sometimes I talk for myself.
Oh,
It's
what?
okay. It's okay. I had a nice penis line.
Oh, did you?
About the head of your penis, it would have felt good on.
Oh, it probably would have.
Yeah.
As you said that, I heard it, and I was thinking, I wonder if there's any type of a liquid they release that would hurt your dick.
And just like some kind of acid.
Right, like if you put your dick in, if they save that for guys that try to fuck them.
You think it's nature's way to keep the penises away from their fucking sea urchin feeling pussy?
Yes. Oh.
Oh my God!
God, is she horrendous?
Well, that one's not
See,
bad.
that one doesn't look bad.
We're looking
That's
at
that-
Brooke Hundley pictures.
That's the fucking Facebook voodoo, though, that they're doing.
Ew!
That's horrible.
Who is that? That's not her.
You don't
Yeah,
like
that's
Brooke
her.
Hundley? She's got
Oh
a double
my-
chin.
Look
Double?
at that chin.
That is a big ass chin. She
Wow.
must be a lot fatter than the pictures they're showing.
Holy shit, are they bad pictures?
Poor Brooke Hundley. Do you feel bad for
Not
her?
even a little. I hate her.
Yeah,
I don't respect her at all, and I don't feel bad for her. Because to me, she's every guy's nightmare.
Well, she's delusional to think that it was more than what it was.
I think she's
Steve
more than
Phillips was just
delusional.
trying to fucking get rid of the poison, and she thought there was something there. She looks like meatloaf.
Yeah, she did. That's just fucking vicious.
Little meatloaf.
That's the meatloaf thing I was telling you about, Aunt. Where
Steve
he
Phillips
put
is-
the wig on to make himself look like the
old
young
meatloaf.
meatloaf, right?
Steve Phillips is an asshole, but she's a vicious fucking bitch. To contact that fucking
I have more
guy's
of a problem
wife.
with Brooke Hundley than fucking Steve Phillips.
He's
did.
just an asshole, but she's vicious.
Oh yeah.
You know how the dick is. It's very hard to talk to it. You know, so if that comes up to you and it knows how to spit on your cock and
No, it wouldn't.
and twist the hand.
No way.
No?
No.
Why was he fucking her then if she wasn't any good?
Because he's a dope.
yeah.
He's a dope.
You think it was just basic stuff, or she did something that
They probably
he
joked about
fantasized
anal
about?
sex, and maybe she said she liked it. Who knows?
Oh, maybe he plowed her in the pooper.
Maybe, or maybe
You
she
think?
plowed him in the pooper. Who the fuck knows? Maybe it was some
strap-on.
weird shit.
Oh,
Look at her trying to bat.
Can we see that one? Please show the Star Wars picture again.
I can't get enough of the Brooke Hundley pictures.
I love the Brooke Hundley pictures.
They're the fucking greatest things I've ever seen. What a fucking beast.
Ugh.
Look at her.
It's
I
the
love her
Stormtrooper and
shoes.
Darth Vader.
Look at her awful retard slippers.
She is horrible.
Are those the
terrible.
fucking like Adidas like slip on?
Those fucking like giant flip. Even the Star Wars creatures are like, what is this fucking thing?
Princess Leia cake. You're a pig.
They got Hundley.
Boba Fett.
They got Brooke Hundley pictures on TV now, too. So we got them on our computer that's on TV.
Oh, yeah, she's all over the place.
I like it. I like it a lot.
That's fantastic.
Oh, she looks like that little creature in E-Rock.
An E-Rock. Holy shit.
Oh, man.
It's the little E-Rocks.
Jesus.
Oh, God. She stopped and got that picture on her way to the fucking Star Wars cantina to do her musical gig. Yuck. Shut up, fatty.
Getting back to lobsters, Stephen S. from Bayshore. You can fuck a lobster, but you have to dip your cock in melted butter first.
Oh.
You got to lube that shit up, Ant, if you're going to try it. We made all the papers in New York, but not our names on the Sharon Osbourne apology.
Like that.
But the BBC has our name all over the place, and all the other newspapers around America have our name all over the place. But the New York papers, our hometown,
yeah, they don't like
fucking
printing.
scumbags. Go fuck yourself.
The only thing they won't mention is this show's name and the name of any black professor who punches a white lady in the face.
Yeah,
there you go.
I would love the listeners to really contact the Post and the Daily News and ask them. I would love answers.
Yeah.
Why are you not talking about
Where's that story?
Steve Phillips is on the front page. He fucks an ugly chick, and he's on the front page of the paper.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because she almost killed herself because of a Jay Leno line.
What?
Jay Leno's line. I don't want to like fuck it up, but basically,
it's a good one.
I understand you don't want to have steak every day, but come on. And Steve Phillips' broad there, the one he was kind of seeing on the side, got really depressed over the Jay Leno line.
That's when she lost it.
Really
she said.
depressed.
Yeah. That's when she lost it.
She's a fucking pig. Why are we sugarcoating everything in this country?
Well,
Steve Phillips was banging some just slob of a woman.
Yeah. She did some kind of interview. I guess it was it Today Show or one of those morning shows?
Yeah.
And she did an interview where she was like crying.
Did you see the video?
No, I saw a clip, like a still pic.
Okay.
From it. And she's weepy.
Yeah.
She's pretty weepy.
Of course
she
she
didn't
is.
look like the most stable person, to tell you the truth. So, good luck to you.
Does she look as ugly talking as she does in pictures?
I didn't see her talking. I just saw a still picture from the video. But
I don't even think she's ugly. She's just like frumpy.
She's frumpy.
She's just what's another word?
Dumpy. Frumpy's perfect.
Dumpy and
Frumpy's
frumpy.
perfect. Dude.
She's one of those girls that you pass by on the street every day and just don't even look at because they're ugly or pretty.
Just frumpy. You don't look at frumps. You look at ugly people. You look at really hot girls.
I've looked at more like fat asses on the street than I think I have hot asses. Ooh. I've just looked at that going, that is an amazingly fat ass with the big shelf on top and the fucking ass within the ass.
Sure.
The center of the ass mass ass.
Oh, Serena Williams.
Well, they got the no. I'm talking fat ass, not muscle ass. Mm-hmm. You go to you're fucking behind somebody in the supermarket.
No, I understand.
They're pushing the cart.
The ass literally moves differently than the rest of the body.
It's giant.
Yeah.
I'm just staring, going that defies all logic.
Yeah, she's homely. There you go, homely.
Homely. She's a wallflower.
Yeah, she wasn't born with a nice name. What are some of those names girls are born with where they just have to be hot? Don't go with the stripper names, though. Tiffany,
Amber,
Brittany, Amber,
Mercedes.
Man, if
Riley.
Oh, that's Travis's. She's Chris Griffin with brunette hair. Jesus, Coke Logic. No, but I mean, if you're an ugly couple and you're having a kid, you can't name your kid like Ashley, Brittany.
I don't know how it works out that a lot of hot girls have like appropriately hot names.
I don't know. It's
like, how do they know right out of the chute that they're going to be good looking or not?
It's a real good question. I don't know.
Some ugly babies turn out, to be hot chicks, and vice versa.
And Steve Phillips' girl, I got the audio, by the way. We're going to play it right now.
Nice.
Her name's Brooke Hundley.
Yeah.
She's got a frumpy name, Hundley.
That last name, yeah.
Yes.
All right, she couldn't help the last name.
They try to, jazz it up a little bit with Brooke.
Yeah.
They try to spice it up a bit with the first name Brooke, but Hundley gives it away. That's
I'm
a
Hundley.
Frump. You want to see what she said on Good Morning America?
Please.
All right.
You've been compared to the character in Fatal Attraction. You've been called obsessed, vindictive.
Frumpy.
I'm sure you've heard some of this.
Hundley.
What do you say to that?
I think people are so quick to make a judgment. It's almost like, here's a great story, here's a great chance for me to destroy a person without any sense of really thinking about the fact that there's a human being behind those words.
Boo. I almost can't take it anymore. I would really like an option to live somewhere else. And I mean, yeah, sure.
Sorry.
And I mean not on this planet. I can't take it anymore.
It's all
Did you hear
the
what Brooke
same.
Hundley just said?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what she did to Steve Phillips' wife? What is she talking about?
Yeah.
And I guarantee this GMA bitch. We're going to be harsh today. Let's just be really harsh. This GMA bitch.
To what? Yeah. As opposed to good? As opposed to nice?
I'm willing to bet money that this GMA bitch doesn't even challenge her on that last statement about, well, that's kind of what you did to Steve Phillips' wife. I'm even going to back up. Listen again. This is exactly what she did to Steve's wife.
Any sense of really thinking about the fact that there's a human being behind those words. I've been called things by the public that no woman should ever be called.
Saying what?
I've been called the C word. I've been called a whore.
Give myself a bell.
Chubby.
You're going to get no
cake eater.
Cock wilter.
You're going to get no sympathy here, you frump. Fucking go away.
Oh, is that classic?
And it goes, what? Cunt? I hope the people heard it out there.
The C word. I've been.
Stop whining.
I've been called.
Stop it.
Oh, God.
No woman should ever be called.
Saying what?
I've been called the C word. I've been called a whore. I've been called a homewrecker.
Was there a moment?
Well, let me think
Home
about
wrecker.
that. Is she a home wrecker? Let's
Just
start.
simply by walking through it, she is. Little fat fucking
troll.
bull-bodied monster.
Fire plug.
Exactly. Tasmanian hussy.
Hundley.
Let's think about this. Is she a home wrecker? I think she's all those things she just
Yes,
mentioned.
she is.
Yeah.
She's a cunt because she sent that letter to the wife.
That's very
a cunty thing to do.
Absolutely.
A whore? Yeah.
Well,
she's
sure.
She's fucking around.
She's fucking a married man.
A married man, some guy that's
whorish, right?
is known to have whored around himself. He's a whore. She's a whore. So that's whorish. What was the other
home
one?
wrecker.
And home wrecker. Well, I guess
it wasn't up to her to like drop notes on the stoop.
Yeah.
For the wife to read.
Exactly.
And then spin off in her car.
Yeah. And hit the fucking... she couldn't even get away.
Right.
She hit the fucking fence or some shit. Frump.
The C word. I've been called a whore. I've been called a homewrecker.
Was there a moment in all this that you felt like my life is forever changed? I can never go back.
When not only were tabloids covering it, but legitimate news was covering it, when Jay Leno was using my looks as part of his opening monologue to get a cheap laugh.
A cheap laugh?
There's Steve. Okay, there's his wife. There's the mistress. Put them together. What was he thinking? I realize you can't have steak every day, but please.
At that point, a person has their breaking point. That was my breaking point.
Stop whining. Stop whining. Stop whining. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Fucking Leno rules.
Great as that.
Wow.
Fucking Leno rules.
And the audience reaction was just like, yeah. When they put your picture up and people go,
I'm so happy she's being publicly humiliated. I wish nothing but the absolute worst for this fucking girl. Because of the way she went and did this guy's wife and I guess allegedly contacted her.
She has jowls.
Oh my gosh.
She has jowls.
She's even worse when you clean her up. Right?
Yeah, she's just frumpy.
Sometimes, you just...
You really can't.
Sometimes if you have a dirty car, just keep it dirty.
Yeah. Why bother?
What's the point?
Carnauba.
She should only stand next to fatter things. Why are you standing next to that milk truck? Oh, I don't know. It thins me.
It looks thinner. Yes.
And, let's not forget, thank you, Spectro. because I forgot. She also befriended Phillips's kid on Facebook. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, pulled all those
She
shenanigans.
deserves everything that is being thrown at her.
She needs a picture next to, I don't know, like Susan Boyle.
Oof.
And then you could be like, oh, wow.
Right.
You know. Who would you rather fuck? You know?
What was Steve Phillips thinking? This chick must have fucking did something that he wanted.
Yes, there had to have been something.
Because he wasn't looking at that ass of hers going, wow, I got to get some of that ass.
And she doesn't sound like a thrilling fucking storyteller or interesting little let's just hang out kind of a chick.
I wanted trying to think how I could say this. I think she just did some nasty things.
Yeah?
That it didn't matter.
Heine, coolie sex? Did she like sex in the coolie, do you think?
I'm thinking...
Oh, he's right. He's writing. Oh, he's getting the... Oh, so mysterious.
I'm thinking,
this has to be bad.
All right.
Oh, he's jotting something down here. Let's see. What would she do that would keep this guy who can get hot chicks but decided to be with the frumpy Hundley?
Well, this is the first... this is only part 1.
Okay.
Part 2 is the big...
Wow, this is the going. Let's see.
So she likes that.
All right. Yeah.
She likes that, because I don't think the wife's doing that.
Heine hole sex.
Okay. But then I write the word while.
oh, okay, let's see. While.
Actually, I had a girl that wanted to do this once, and I just couldn't bring myself. I couldn't bring myself to do this. To be honest with you,
no, you did
not.
So
this is the full thing that I think Steve's into that she gave up.
Really?
Why not, man? Because she's. I mean,
but you didn't do what I'm saying. Really, you could have done that. You didn't?
Well, yeah.
That's so degrading.
Yeah, exactly.
That it's like. Is there? I don't know. I don't get any pleasure in the degradation of the girl you're with, like having sex like that.
Well, what we're talking about is the beautiful possibility of, like, I'll just say for myself, I would love to fuck a girl in the ass while her head's in the toilet.
While her head is in the toilet.
I would love that.
Like she sticks
Not
her
right
head
after
in
I
the
got
toilet.
through with the fucking dump.
I think the echo of her moaning would sound kind of cool in a toilet. That fucking, whoa. Disembodied echo. But, yeah, that's kind of...
Let's continue with the audio.
I had a friend who had to come stay with me because he was concerned
that you might do something to yourself.
That mentally I would not be able to take much more.
Brooke Hundley calls herself a good girl who worked hard and never wanted to be involved with a married man.
The perception is that this was a consensual relationship, that it was a loving affair.
Legally, I've been advised not to speak about anything regarding him.
Phillips told police they had 3 sexual encounters, but in August, Hundley filed an application for a restraining order against Phillips, which she later withdrew, saying he pursued her and, quote, threatened me, stating that if I spoke a word of this to his wife, that he would ruin more than just my reputation, but could easily get me fired.
Why do we have to be the smart ones in media? You know what that's about?
Yeah.
He was done with her. She said, "Whoa, no," and then he threatened her.
Yeah.
Said, "Look, I'll make your life a living hell."
Whoa,
so then she got scared and got the restraining order. But he probably tried to walk away from this.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And why, you're right, GMA, where was the question of she's saying there's a person under there, why weren't you thinking that when you were hassling this guy's wife? Or fucking kid?
Yeah, that there's people under there.
Me fired. On camera, Hundley would only say this.
I was in a situation where I felt like if I didn't do what was asked of me, then everything I had worked for the past 6 years, everything I had done to establish myself as a successful media professional could be gone like that.
Wasn't she getting coffee?
Yeah, how did
what
you
was she doing
establish
for
yourself
ESPN?
as a media professional? By fucking one of the guys on the show?
Right.
I mean,
you should have thought of that before you went down that road.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's not the thing you do if you want to, work your way up and
within a company
with dignity. I mean,
Sure.
you can do it, but then call yourself what you are.
If you felt harassed, though, in any way, couldn't you have taken it higher? Couldn't you have gone to HR or someone?
When you go to people who you feel like are close to you and that you can trust, and they're quick to just shut you down, to tell you that, nobody wants to hear about it, then you don't really have the confidence to want to go above them. You almost feel a sense of defeat, that what's the point?
Hundley was ultimately fired from ESPN after the case became public. In a statement, ESPN told ABC News, "Our investigation determined that Hundley's characterization of the events was inconsistent." ESPN also says it has a clear and consistent policy against harassment in the workplace. We investigate all charges and take appropriate action.
I obviously feel pain for anybody else that I may have brought into this situation, but I did things and I thought about things just as an avenue to get people to pay attention.
You must understand, though, what it looks like. I mean, for any wife, for any mom, to pick up a letter and read about their own children, I can imagine getting a letter like that and being scared.
It's the same fear that I felt for months before.
So if people think you're a stalker, are they wrong?
Absolutely.
Wow.
How fucking hateable is she?
She's delusional, first of all.
Yeah, maybe she's just mentally ill.
She's delusional.
She's gotta be ill, man.
Dude, I have no mercy for people who are mentally ill, which is kind of, I think it's fucked up on my part.
If she was hot, I would be like,
oh yeah.
I know. I'm trying to contact her.
Like, it would be like, oh, this poor girl, this fucking guy was an asshole to her. Like, let's make believe she's hot for a few minutes. Aw, man, you know something? She sent the letter.
Sucks.
She felt hurt, and she sent the letter to the guy, this scumbag that fucked up her whole life now, was having sex with her. And this poor girl decided, she's going to get a little vengeance. You know what I say? Good for her.
He shouldn't have made promises he wasn't going to keep.
Exactly. And he came on to her.
Yeah.
She's all hot walking around the office and probably getting harassed every day from her hotness. And this fucking scumbag takes advantage of a poor, impressionable girl. And look at what happens.
Fucking Leno wants to take a cheap shot.
Yeah.
The poor girl.
You know something?
You should resign from Leno, Jimmy.
Oh, I don't want anything to do with that. That's just not in good taste.
She's probably got other things than just her beauty. Why did Leno just concentrate on her hotness and her beauty?
Yeah.
And not just talk about the person inside?
And insult the guy's wife by going, what are you thinking?
What a pig that wife is compared to this hot. That's exactly what would be happening, dude. Who's kidding who here?
I would be fucking Charlie changed attitude. She was attractive.
All right, let's get to the last clip. This is the clip about the wife.
I didn't, in any time working at ESPN, follow anybody around wanting any sort of relationship with anybody. I didn't harass anyone.
Is there something that you would want to say now to Marnie Phillips?
The same fear that I heard in her, and I listened to that 911 call after the fact. The same fear I heard in her voice was similar fear to how I had felt.
See,
and I would never.
Dude, she can't get away with just saying, "Look, she was afraid. I sent this letter to the wife. I'm sorry. I brought her into it. The situation had me not thinking clearly when I did that." But she's got to justify it. She can't even take responsibility. She can't own it. Well, she's got to say, "I felt the same fear," which means, the lawsuit. She's just trying to protect herself.
Yeah, but let's remember what was in that letter. He doesn't love you anymore. He loves me. He hasn't loved you in a long, long time.
Oh.
Hundley. Stupid Hundley.
Was similar fear to how I had felt. And I would never have wanted anybody else to feel or to go through what I was going through.
You brought that on.
Uh-huh.
I brought it on, but not intentionally.
Why?
I simply wanted somebody to get upset enough to have an impact to get me out of this horrific situation.
Steve Phillips told police it was his pulling back from the relationship that made Hundley become erratic and delusional. But Hundley says she was never in love with anyone at ESPN.
If Steve Phillips were watching, is there anything you would want to say to him?
You know, anything between me and Steve has been resolved. I take responsibility for my own actions, and I would hope that at some point that he would grow up and take responsibility for his own actions as well.
I mean, he's got an issue too, man.
Because
you got to realize that she might have some issues there.
Wow, she's hateable.
And
She's hateable.
she's still hung up on this guy. You can tell by that last statement.
Of course.
She's still like hung up on this guy.
She's hoping that he'll call someday.
And thinks he needs to mature so he can then approach her and they can have an adult civil conversation about the situation. He wanted to just shove his dick in you. That's what he was doing.
You were an easy target.
Stop
for
it,
a
of
guy that
course.
was looking for some strange
with a Star Wars blaster.
Not once did she say how repulsive she was for contacting his wife and kid.
Yeah.
That, by the way, is my favorite photo.
It is my favorite Hundley picture.
No, that's my favorite photo of, including me and Sabbath. This is my favorite photo.
It's the Hundley with a stormtrooper and Darth Vader picture at MGM or something.
Fucking
ABC.
Best. Look at that frump. Let's go to Chris in Pennsylvania. Chris.
His legs.
Hey, Chris.
Blaster, a little shirt.
What's up, buddy?
Holy shit, I have never seen a better setup for a lawsuit on TV in my life.
Yeah.
This bitch has got this rehearsed, man. You can't tell me she don't know what she's saying.
She teed that up nicely.
Almighty.
She's all ready to fucking smack it.
And the reporter just sucks.
Yep.
Not calling her out and stuff. You got to, go, wow, you seem a little crazy. Seem a little unstable there. You all right, Brooke?
Oh, my God.
Hey, be good, boys. Thanks for your honesty.
All right, Chris, thank you. Let's go to Sharon Osborne.
Sharon Osborne?
Hi, Sharon.
Hey, boy.
What's up, Sharon?
It looks like she got hit with the frumpy stick.
A frumpy stick?
I'm sorry.
Sharon calls every day now.
I love it.
Sound like she had a cold.
Oh, cool. Let's go to Dave in Ontario. Dave.
Good morning, boys. How are you?
Pretty good, Dave.
Man.
Good. Yeah, I actually investigate this stuff. I'm a police officer, and she's actually showing some signs of where certain stalkers will make efforts in order for the person they're stalking to have to come and see them again because they know that they're not going to get to see them again. So what they'll do is they'll do a restraining order. They'll do shit like that just in order to be able to see them again. She believes that this guy actually loves her, and she's trying to make efforts in order for this guy to come back.
Wow. So maybe then when, Steve sees her, he realizes the connection they have.
Exactly. Now, a classic case was Madonna's stalker. When she refused to go to court, she did not want to go to court. She'd never actually seen her stalker.
Right.
But stalker did it and went to court, and he kind of won because, look, at the end of the day, I'm in the same courtroom.
Right, exactly.
So that's actually a pretty good sign of mental illness on her part.
Cool. What's going on? Huh?
It's just
We'll have to show you.
We got to show you. It's
All right.
some covert stuff going on. It's pretty fucking funny.
All right, thank you, Dave. Let's go to David in Kansas City. David.
Morning, boys.
Hey.
Kansas City.
Wasn't the Hundley a Civil War battleship or a submarine or something like that? I think it was like one of those first ironclad ships they ever made.
Was it
the Hundley?
The Hundley?
Oh, wait, I think it might have been a submarine.
Really?
Look that up.
North Carolina, it was under the ground or under the beach, and they dug it out. It might have been a submarine.
I think it's
The USS Hundley?
I think it was a submarine when they should have been building submarines, like in the 1800s or something. Like, what the fuck are they building submarines already?
Oh, was it that one? Yeah, with the big poker?
Yeah, the H.L. Hundley.
It had a big stick on the end.
Right.
And you put the explosives on the end of the big stick, and you drive it into a ship.
Right.
And hopefully the explosives were far enough away from your ship.
Oh, my God, what a risk that was.
Yeah, and then there's another one with a harpoon and explosives, and you'd stick it into the ship and then try to back away. But apparently it took on water and sunk and killed all men aboard.
It didn't work? The technology didn't work too well?
I think they just recently raised it.
Huh.
And, yeah, it's going to be in a museum.
Well, that's a good call then, man.
The Hundley.
Let me say hi to Max in Fairfield. Max.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Pretty good, man.
I was just wondering how Scottish Anthony would have handled this situation.
Boss saying she's a fat peg and a cunt and a whore. You're a fucking whore. You're fucking whore. She likes sucking the cook. She's a hooligan. Hooligan.
Fucking Kevin from Connecticut saying she looks just like Rachel Dratch from SNL.
Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. And a lot of, she looks like E-Rock coming in.
Oh, boy. Poor E-Rock.
Poor E-Rock. Not poor her.
Yeah, poor E-Rock.
She looks like E-Rock, and we're sympathetic to E-Rock.
Poor E-Rock. Yeah, the Hundley was a wooden sub. It's here in a warehouse that was supposed to be turned into a museum. That's Brandon in South Carolina.
South Carolina.
The Hundley's just in a fucking warehouse, Brandon?
Oh.
Yeah, it's in just a warehouse off the river. It was brought up. It's all wooden. Piece of shit. It was supposed to be in a museum, and they ran out of money.
It was a Confederate ship, right?
Yeah.
A Confederate sub? Yeah, anything that has to do with the Confederacy now is just so taboo.
Why?
Like because it's looked
history,
at as,
though.
But there are some people that would rather just kind of brush that under the carpet, like the old Southern Cross, the flag, But
wouldn't you want to see that stuff as part of history?
You would. There were the Daughters of the Confederacy. That organization takes a lot of shit, and having a Confederate flag within your state flag, that's been taking a lot of crap over the years. And Confederate museums and stuff just don't get the financing that other museums get because people feel it's so offensive that people were fighting to keep slaves, which they weren't. That wasn't what the Civil War was about.
It's part of history.
Yeah. They'd rather erase history or revise history than just kind of let it out there. But, well, what are you going to do?
Thank you, Brandon.
The young guy having a little fun with a 17-year-old. Has anyone seen pictures of her?
I guess that's all coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow? What do you mean?
Or today. I don't know.
The big unveiling?
I think so.
Is she hot?
I think they're just getting all their shit together, and then they're going to go with it.
Or she a frump standing next to Darth Vader with a blaster.
So awkward every time I see him here.
Oh, my God. Every morning.
I feel like I've made fun of him on TV. I'm like,
oh, yeah. Well, fuck that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you got to take your beatings.
Oh, yeah.
For, hey, we caught you,
You get when you fuck a monster.
You did. When a guy gets caught, what the hell was his name?
Steve Young?
Yeah.
No. Steve Phillips.
Steve Phillips.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That monster that he was having sex with, that fucking, that frump with she's holding a little blaster at the Star Wars fucking, what an awful picture of her.
Greatest photo ever.
Oh.
And because of that, now he's stuck in this shithole. And I say that because that's what he portrays on his face every time you see him. Like, I'm stuck here because of this intern.
He's stuck in radio jail.
Yeah. He is miserable here.
This is radio jail.
Or so it seems he's miserable.
Look at that disaster. If that doesn't look like E-Rock grew his hair out.
I hate the way she's
E-Rock.
fat, long calves. She's really hideous.
If you're gonna fuck up your entire career, make it good.
You better fucking pick a real babe.
Get a bevy.
You see him around here like every morning?
Every fucking day.
Really?
Every day. And
maybe I've missed him.
He doesn't want to say hi to anybody, and he looks completely miserable. Like he's just hoping that his phone rings and they get him out of here.
He looks like he knows that you know.
Oh, is it?
Oh, really?
Is it,
you think that's it?
Not the he knows face. Ugh.
He's just like, we all get our coffee. And
I tried to say hi to him. I actually tried to say hi to him twice. I never go for the second one if the first one's the blow off.
Yeah.
But I tried twice. He doesn't want anything to do with anybody around here.
Let me see his picture.
He wants Major League Baseball to call him and get him out of here.
Let me see his picture. I want to see.
You haven't seen him walking around?
No, I probably have, but I don't recall it. Yeah, okay. All right, I've seen him.
You have?
I walked up to him once with the bullhorn, though, and I went...
I'm here with your girl.
And then his dick got hard.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God. Nice picture. Oh, boy. Yeah, I've seen him walking around. Oh, boy. Yeah, the I know you know look.
That's funny.
And it's funny because that Star Wars girl, I think of her every day now. Because that's what I think about.
That's what pops in your head when you see him?
First thing in the morning, almost every day.
Oh, mercy. I saw that sports guy.
that ESPN guy, what was his name, in the bathroom just
Steve
before?
Phillips. Steve.
Dude. And every time I see him now, all I think of is that Star Wars.
I know.
But dude, every time. It's the first thing that pops in my head is that frumpy Star Wars.
But he's cool to us, man.
He is
Nice
cool.
guy.
And he's slowly making a comeback. He's starting to get himself on TV again.
He's a good dude.
We work like the same hours, like almost
Yeah, yeah.
identically. So, he's coming into the building when I'm coming into the building.
Isn't it the first thing you
It's
think
the first thing in my head. And sometimes it's multiple times a day because, I'll see him, downstairs in the lobby and I'll be like, Star Wars guy.
I know. That's frumpy Star Wars chick.
I'm getting my coffee and I'll see him, carrying a whole bunch of coffees. And I'm like, yeah, I know what you did.
Yeah, I know what you did with the Star Wars girl. Yeah, she got a blaster. She with Darth Vader. Yeah, motherfucker.
I have this whole, this war in my head because it's I want to make fun of him, but I like the guy at the same time.
He's a cool guy. I got no problem.
And then I feel bad that my brain made fun of him.
It's all I think of. Sam, could you pop that picture up of the Star Wars frumpy girl? I gotta see her again because it's just. It sucks though because it's everything he's done. He's been on ESPN and shit, and it's the first thing I think of.
Danny, he was the GM of the Mets, right?
Okay. Oh shit, that's right.
He was the GM of the Mets.
GM of the Mets, but
And then
all I
he
think
left
is
the
frumpy
Mets.
Star Wars girl.
And then he became the Major League Baseball guy on TV. Oh my, that's not all right.
Let me see.
Where's the Star Wars picture though? You gotta find the Star Wars picture.
She is a fucking frump.
That's fucking funny as fuck. Oh God! The Jimmy's singing. Oh my God! Where is it?
He's cool.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
He's fucking cool.
Let me see this monster.
Oh, is that great?
Oh God, is she awful?
This broad has no idea. I think about her every day.
Every day.
That's the first thing you think when you see him.
She's
It is
fat.
the truth.
She looks like Ozzy in 1974.
Oh, God.
She's fucking got fat legs and horrible fucking shoes, terrible shorts, and a man shirt. She fucking stinks.
She's the worst.
She stinks. I would rather fuck one of the Star Wars guys. I'd rather fuck the Stormtrooper.
She's with a Stormtrooper and Darth Vader.
He lost a lot over that.
And holding,
Oh man!
but holding that fucking, and then this fucking cunt goes and rats. Oh, do I hate her?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember her name. I don't even want to say it.
I don't even remember her fucking dumbass name. But yeah, we think of her every day. Every day because we see him, and it's the first fucking thing that pops in your head.
There's nothing worse than when you make the turn toward the bathroom from here, and it's that long hallway, and someone's coming at you that you don't like.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the worst feeling.
I
man.
just say hi to everybody, or I give
Really?
him a nod.
Well,
Yeah,
Alex Bennett tried to give me a nod
I
today.
saw him. Yeah.
Did he?
He tried to give me a slight nod. I don't know.
I get
Are
him
we
a nod in
supposed
the
to-
shitter.
Are we supposed to nod at that guy now?
Yeah, I guess it's a nod.
I don't know what the protocol is because he went for the slight nod, like, "Hey, man."
And then the out cue guys, give them a nod.
They're
I'm
always
fine with
giggling.
those guys.
They're always giggling.
What? And I always
They're happy and gay.
and I'm insecure because I'm thinking they're giggling over me.
Maybe they are.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Look
Are
at
they?
his body, all skinny.
Those two guys laugh a lot together.
They probably think you're at the model channel. They don't know where you're from. They're like, who's that model? Fitness radio. Ooh.
Fitness radio.
Is that the star of body.com? Tee-hee-hee-hee. Giggle, giggle.
Big chortle down the hallway.
The Ab Show on Fitness Radio.